on their Twitch channels. You can find them on the chat right there. And up next, we have The Lion King, any percent easy, being run by SATB. Oh, yeah, just made it in time for The Lion King. And we actually have met the incentive for that run, which is Upside Down Simba Showcase. That's going to be happening right now, so don't go anywhere. Remember to join into the donations to get into all those nice SNES Perlers, Simon Belmont Perler, the Chrono Trigger Perler. Those are particularly nice. And if you want to go all balls out, you can go into the Xbox One console. Just for $20, you can get into that raffle. Sounds like a good deal to me, and help get to that donation goal, which is definitely going to be crushed. We're just at the beginning of day 2 of the marathon, and we're right on our way to get there. Thank you everybody who has donated, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. And there's so much good stuff going on today. We have some Pokemon, Final Fantasy later today. We have some Castlevania 1, 2, and 3, followed by Bloodlines. So if you're a fan of Castlevania, please stick around for that. It's going to be later today. Going to be pretty good. Batman Returns. We got Ninja Gaiden, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. That's some of the stuff that's going to be happening today. We have some Metroid as well. So pretty much anything or any kind of thing you want to see. And now we're getting SATB ready for his run. He should be getting ready now. And we are ready. Hello, SATB. How are you doing?
Good. How about you? Is it Danny?
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Pretty excited for your run and your incentives ready to go. And I don't know if you're ready to start the run. Do you want to say some words before starting?
Excited to do Lion King for you guys. Let's get started whenever you're ready.
All right, take it off whenever you're ready, and good luck with the.
Cool. So the run starts as soon as I hit start. So I'll count down from 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So welcome to the Lion King, guys. We start off with the Pride Lands level 1, where we learn all our movement technique. And right off the bat, we have this really difficult jump. It's not quite pixel perfect, but it is tricky. We got it first try, although I fell off. So let's give it another shot. There we go, second try. And that's to get this health bug. This health bug is going to help us throughout the run, although you don't technically need it. The world record by Akatero does not get the health bug. We're going to fight our first hyena. These guys will come back throughout the run. By hanging on this ledge here, we can skip a cutscene, and we'll go straight into level 2, everybody's favorite Lion King level. You guys might remember this level from when you were kids, with between the giraffe heads that throw you in the water and the monkeys that throw you around. Whoops. And the ostriches that bump you into trees. It's really fun. It ended up being one of the most difficult levels in the game to get through. And that was somewhat by design, but also not. Westwood Studios, who made the game, wanted this to be one of the easier levels in the game, to ramp up the difficulty through the first 3 levels. And Disney at the time had done some market research, and they'd found that if people were able to beat too much of the game during the Blockbuster rental period, which was 1 day, if they could beat more than half the game, then they wouldn't usually buy it. They just wouldn't buy it at all, and never finish the game. So they told Westwood they had to make the first half of the game harder. And that's why level 2 turned out to be so hard. It was about like third of the size, and they expanded it quite a bit in order to meet that demand from Disney. We're coming up on a pixel perfect jump right here on the giraffe head. And we got it. We actually got both pixel perfect jumps there, which is super awesome. Although I fell at the beginning, so we're still going to be behind this level. So here we are doing this monkey puzzle. It's a famous puzzle here, and we jump across these logs to go back. You have to hit all these pink monkeys in the right order and at the right time. And each time you go through this cycle, they drop you off in different places. Depending on which rhino you start with, and also which direction they're facing. So anyway, we'll jump up here, get this last guy, and we're about done with this level. We just have to turn him back off, and we're done with level 2. Did you ever play this game, Danny?
Yeah, I actually played this game when I was a kid. I did remember finishing it, and I have seen a couple of runs later, but I never played it on a speedrun myself.
Awesome. I didn't finish it as a kid. I only got to level 9. There are 10 levels, and if I knew how close I was to the end, I probably would have made myself finish it, but I couldn't figure out that stupid maze at the end.
Yeah, for some reason, NES and SNES games are just so hard.
Yeah, they are. They are. I think it's because they're so inspired by arcade. This level has some really interesting graphics tricks. All these bones, they wanted them to look really unique. And in order to fit all those different graphics into the cartridge, they reversed a bunch. They changed the palettes on a bunch. You'll see bones in the background, the black bones, that are actually bones from the foreground that just have a different palette. And that's one way they were able to... Whoa, no, I fell. That was really bad. I just lost like 15 seconds. So you'll see bones in the background that are the same as the foreground, but they've just changed the color of it so that it looks more like a background element. And they even come back in level 8. There's some red bones that appear that I'm pretty sure are straight out of this level. It's some really cool graphic work with this game. They had the Disney animators that were working on the movie also work on this game. And they were doing them at the same time, side by side. And so the Disney animators would send over their onion skins that they were working on, and the programmers would turn those animations into game animations. Apparently they had some interesting fights, like, should Simba be able to turn directions in midair? Because lions can't do that, but in a game they can. So here we are in the Stampede. You actually don't have to play this level on SNES. You can sit right over here and not do anything, but I feel like playing it today. This level uses the hardware mode, I'm going to say it wrong, it's either mode 7 or mode 9, to get that scrolling background look, which we were really proud of. Lewis Castle, who is the creative producer, talks about it in this really cool interview you can find on YouTube. I think it's called Devs Play. It's really great. He talks all about how they made this scrolling effect, and it didn't look as good on the Genesis, and you could tell he's a little disappointed about that. To be honest, I don't know. In 2020, it's not as interesting, but it was really cool back then. This is sort of like an auto-scroller. We just have to sit through this level. There's nothing we can do but jump over these rocks. You'll also notice the animation of each of the characters is sort of like a 3D animation, which is... they're like 3D models, which was sort of a little bit different at the time. It's not like nobody did it, but it was a little unusual. So here we are in Exile, which is one of the most annoying levels because there are two really difficult skips that we need to get. The first one we have a few tries at, and it's a little bit more manageable. It's right here. And usually I don't miss it twice, but we got it third try. And this last one, we're only going to get one try at it since we're so low on health. And I missed it. I'm gonna grab that continue because we're gonna have to go through the end of this level again. But we're right here at the end. So we'll give it like 2 more shots, and then we'll go through the end of this level. All right, I give up. So the other way to do it is to just go around. This is the way you probably played as a kid. And just drop right through the floor there, which looks really cool when you get it. You know how marathons are. I got it in practice, but not during the real thing. Hakuna Matata, beautiful level, one of my favorites. It's got great music. There's a cool boss at the end, which comes from the development stages of the film that never appeared in the real Lion King film, in the finished film. And Disney has this rule that they don't really talk about things that were cut out during development. But we can talk about it because it's in the game. There's a silverback gorilla at the end that you fight as a boss that never appears in the movie. And we're going to do this waterfall trick right here where we can climb up the whole waterfall in just a few seconds. Probably took you a lot longer when you played this. Whoops! Never mind, I lied. It's going to take me just as long as it took you when you were a kid. Always go up this middle channel because it was a little bit easier. Has these two that are close together. All right, we are just about through this waterfall. Sorry, that was a little slow. And now we're going to go around here and fight the gorilla. He's got some tricky tactics, but once you get used to his patterns, you can just sort of breeze through them as long as you have enough health, and we do. Right here, we got a slightly slower version, but we can still get through. And we hit him right there, so he'll move faster. One more hit, and he'll be done. So this guy would have been in the movie, but he's not, so we only get to see him in the game. I wish we knew what his name is, but I don't know. Alright, here we are moving on to Adult Simba, which is about the second half of the game. It turns out there were originally a bunch of scenes with Adult Simba in the movie. And this one is sort of his journey coming back from Hakuna Matata land with Timon and Pumbaa. But after this, there's like 3 more levels of Adult Simba that will remind you of scenes that you haven't seen. So this one, we just clipped through that little Rafiki arch. Rafiki will eventually come out and save you from all those leopards, but we didn't wait for him. We just clipped right through it with that flip move. Whoops, I missed this platform here. Let's try again. These monkeys throw these little brown things at you, which the developers are forced to say are nuts. Of course, originally they weren't. Monkeys throw poop. Disney didn't like that, so they had to change it to a little brown nut instead of a darker brown. And when you slap these leopards, they give off that orange fur. It's not blood, it's orange fur. Alright, we're nearing the end of the level here. Let's talk about these jumps here. I'm trying to do these jumps with a swipe in them so that I don't have to climb up the ledge. I nailed all those, so you can see me climbing up that last ledge. I'm going to try this tricky trick here. Now I got it on the 3rd or 4th try, so that's good. Sometimes I'm stuck there for a while. We're going to go hear Mufasa speak. Synthesizing voices on the SNES was pretty difficult, and this was pretty amazing in 1994. Be prepared. This is one of the levels that's based on scenes that didn't appear in the movie. It's got a bunch of geyser parts in it, and we're going to skip it. Oh, sure. We're going to have to try again to skip it. I'm going to take an intentional death here because we saved 70 seconds by doing this skip, and so it's worth it. We need to get it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and flip. There we go. Now we can clip through the wall and go to the end of this level. So yeah, there's all these geysers, leopards, hyenas, bats, drips of lava. Apparently there were some really cool scenes cut from the movie that we don't get to see. It also kind of reminds you of the Be Prepared scene that did show up in the movie, so it does work. They talks in that Dev's Play interview. They talk about how they really wanted Simba to seem weighty, and he does when he's an adult. He's, he's big. He kind of lumbers around. He's clumsy. It's a lot more awkward to move with the adult Simba than it is with the young Simba. So here's by the way, this is the level that I was talking about that has those little, see those little bones at the bottom here? I'm pretty sure some of them are copied straight from level 3. And we're just about out of here, moving on to level 9, the maze level. This is the level that I couldn't beat as a kid because it has so many hyenas in it and so many different paths to take. Also featured in the demo that plays at the start of the game, and it shows you, if you watch really closely, the flip move that you need to master in order to beat the game. You can only beat Scar at the end by flipping him over. Some people never really figured that out. Either they didn't watch the demo or never press the button by accident. And if you don't know that flip move, you get to the end and Scar just pants and pants and pants. He gets really tired, but he does not die. You have to flip him like in the movie. That was one of the cool little things they added. Same in the game as he does in the movie. Whoops. All right, we're wrapping up this level here. We have one more room. Scar. Well, I couldn't get all 3 of them to line up for you, but there's 2 at a time. And we'll do the last one and move on to Pride Rock. We're going to fight Scar 3 times. This first little fight is a lot easier than the later fight. You only have to hit him like 10 or 12 times as opposed to 20. And we're manipulating the lightning right here. Oh, I lied. I did not manipulate it and I got hit. But I'll manipulate it some more in a minute for you. Jump over these hyenas and then we're going to go fight Scar for the second time. I want to get these clean 5 swipes on him. And for the second time, let's go fight him for the 3rd time. And in order to fight him this 3rd time, we're going to try to do this skip right here where we do a tricky jump and we don't have to go through all these lightning platforms. We got it first try. The game, and time is going to end when I throw Scar. I'll give you a little bit of warning, but it won't be a lot. It's coming up pretty soon. Whoops. And time. That is The Lion King for SNES.
Awesome job, man. GG on
Thanks.
that. So, yeah, fun fact about that throw at the end. I didn't know that, and all those fun facts about the Disney's cut screens and stuff that they don't talk about. That was pretty nice. Most of which I didn't know. So
cool.
Really interesting, man. Great job.
Yeah, there's some real fun stuff you can find about this game on YouTube. I was surprised because it's not as popular as Link to the Past or something like that. So we're going to do our donation incentive, and I'm just going to reset because the credits take like 3 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely. That's okay. I'll take that time just to say that thank everybody who donated to get this incentive piece together, and I hope you guys enjoy it and remind you that there's many more incentives available for the coming runs going together. There's a Final Fantasy one. There's a Super Monkey Ball. There's Senshi Sailor Moon, Chrono Trigger, new Super Luigi U, where you go into all the Force category, Barbie. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys. So let's get together to get to that goal. And I guess you're ready for the. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about this Simba Upside Down showcase.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a hidden feature in the game. You have to go into this option menu and type in a cheat code to get to the level selects, which you guys saw me doing. And then there's another code you type in, RAAB. I'm not sure what it stands for. You pick the level you want to start with. We're going to start with Exile. And yeah, Simba's just going to be upside down. And we're just going to do about 5 minutes of gameplay and just kind of talk about it and laugh at it.
Sounds good. This is something that I also was not aware existed in the game.
Yeah, it's a weird little code. I think a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people know about the level select, but the upside down Simba's sort of a hidden feature. And a lot of things don't work properly, like the boulder has not appeared here. It's not trying to kill me, although it should. Normally I would be dying from that boulder, but I'm not. So the sprite is flipped perfectly, but the hitbox is a little bit imperfect. So you can't do all the same things. Like I couldn't get the skip in this level to work properly, at least not in my practice. But you can beat the game. There's only one level that you can't beat, and that's level 2. The Can't Wait to Be King level, because the ostrich sections don't work properly upside down. So you could beat levels 1 and then 3 through 10. If we ever figure out a way to beat level 2, I definitely want to try running it all upside down. A little trippy.
Quite interesting. You even get the game over screen to be upside down.
Yes. Yeah, even the game over screen has a flipped sprite, and the adult Simba sprite is also flipped. That's kind of why we're starting at this point, so you can hopefully see a little bit of adult and a little bit of kid Simba. And get this save point since you don't have as much health, because we haven't picked up the health bug that was in level 1. Oh, see, and I fell, so didn't even matter that I had health. I don't know, it's just kind of like a weird feature that they clearly added in, just to goof off, but not a lot of people know about the code.
Yeah, definitely an Easter egg right there.
Yeah. And I'm guessing the reason that you can't beat level 2 is because of all those changes they made at the last second. They had about 6 months to put the game together. Here I am upside down in these little waterfalls. They had about 6 months to put the game together, and a lot of those changes to level 2 happened right at the end. Feedback that the game was being beaten too fast. I can just run right under those spiders because the hitbox is messed up. Like it's there. I'm going to take a slightly different path over here, and let's see if we can get the fast waterfall. It is possible upside down. Whoops, I did not get it. I'm just going to give it another shot because I want you guys to see it, and it looks really weird. Thanks for donating so we could do this, you guys. This is sort of a bit of fun side quest. I'm not gonna can't get this fast waterfall, so we'll just do a slow one. Oh, maybe we will do a fast one. We'll see. Yeah, he's like hanging on the underside of these. I'm gonna fall again. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I keep dying. I promise to show you one more level after this. So. We picked one of the reasons we picked this level is because of how cool the monkey fight looks. Let's go fight him. I'm gonna fight him just a little bit differently because I can't do the same tricks. I'm gonna come over here and hopefully be able to bounce off this coconut and hit him. Yeah. I go up to the top and do a different strategy where I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, and eventually he'll get sort of mad and he'll hit the ground. That's our moment. We can hit him during that. And that's the end of this level. And we'll just do like 30 seconds of the next level, and we'll be done. Thanks so much for having me, Danny.
Oh, thanks for the run, man. This is really interesting. All the fun facts, all the stuff. You know, reliving one of these classic games for the SNES. It's really, really great.
I'm glad it was fun. I'm really
Oh.
enjoying getting back into it. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna remind people that you can follow you on your Twitch channel. And just post the link to that, so you can guys go follow SATB channel and yeah, catch more of this. Hopefully,
Yeah.
the waterfall skip or whatever that is called. What's the name for that?
That fast waterfall. Yeah,
Fast
I
waterfall.
never quite. Well, I kind of got it at the end, but anyway, yeah. You can come see it on my channel.
Yeah, definitely do.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We were only going to do about 5 minutes of this, and I think we've hit our limit. So thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you guys around.
Thank you again. And with that, we'll just say goodbye to Upside Down Simba and SATV. And with that, we're gonna go into the Terminator. That's gonna be done by Imagine 303. That's gonna be any percent run on the SNES. And